Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for choosing our show today. If you're watching us for the first time, please take a second or two and subscribe to our channel, then click the notification bell. Please like this video, it will help promote this video. Ladies and gentlemen, today the ODM fraternity sat down and elected Oburu Odinga as the interim party leader after the death of his younger brother, Raila Odinga. And there are rumors that when the ODM will sit down again, the National Executive Council, after the burial of Raila, to restructure the party, they might retain Oburu Odinga because they say Oburu has got a wealth of experience in politics, especially in ODM. They have worked with Raila in all the steps that Raila have made. They are also saying that Oburu is a neutral candidate because very many people are now eyeing to be the leader of the ODM. So to avoid the scramble, Oburu comes out as the best candidate there. And they also feel that Oburu carries the aspirations of Raila Odinga, especially when it comes to the arrangement of the broad-based government, that he knows what Raila and Ruto wanted to achieve with that arrangement.
The NEC has designated the Senator of Siaya County, Honorable Dr. Oburu Odinga, to be the acting party leader until the time that the top party organs will meet and elect a substantive party leader to fit in the big shoes that have been left by our leader.
And if there is one person who is very, very happy about the appointment of Oburu Odinga, is William Samoei Ruto. Because after the death of Raila Odinga, there had been concerns as to whether Ruto will still enjoy the support that Raila and his people were giving him. Raila has been a symbol of unity in Nyanza. And as it stands now, we still wonder whether there's going to be someone who can command the respect and the following like Raila did. So when Ruto got this news that Oburu was the one who had been appointed, he was very happy for the obvious reasons. Oburu has been a strong supporter of the broad-based government, picking away with any leader who was criticizing this broad-based government, and he really praised it, saying it is the best thing that ever came to them as a Luo nation.
That this government here, where we are in broad-based arrangement, is the best arrangement for us. I have been in arrangement with Moi, I was in arrangement with Kibaki, I was in arrangement with Uhuru, and I can tell you, this is the best arrangement I see. I'm telling you from experience. We have never had a closer relationship in government than this.
And that must really please William Ruto, because in the footsteps of Raila, he believes Oburu will follow to the letter. But ladies and gentlemen, as Oburu takes over the mantle of leadership, even though it is temporary, from his brother Raila Odinga, Oburu is being warned to be very careful about what he's about to get himself into. And in this video, I want to tell you 3 things that Oburu is being warned about. Because for the decade that Raila led the Luo nation, led the ODM fraternity, he tried as much as he could to block governments from doing certain things, even though in his very twilight days, in his very last moments, some people said he really messed up because he went back, he negated the very principles that he had held. So Oburu is being warned, and the signs is being told that the signs and symptoms are very clear, crystal clear. The writings are on the wall. And the number one thing that Oburu is being warned about is to be careful about Ruto and his disrespect to human rights. You know, Raila Odinga, for the period, except for this last period when he had a handshake with with William Samoei Ruto, he had, he stood firm about human rights violation, because he used to call out regimes when they used excessive force. Of course, that again had a lot of controversy because people were saying, why do you lead people to the streets and still criticize governments when they use excessive force? But Raila had been steadfast on this. Just today, the reason why I'm telling you that the writings are on the wall, the police violated human rights by shooting mourners and Raila supporters who only went to pay their last tribute to their leader. And Oburu is being warned to be very careful because if William Ruto can accept this to happen before Raila is buried, then it means things are going to be thick as we move ahead.
Imeharibu.
Now, pundits are looking at this and they feel, how comes Ruto says he respects Raila, Raila was his friend, and then the mourners who went to Kasarani just to pay their last tribute are being meted with police atrocities like this? And people are saying that this could be signs of tough times ahead because in the absence of Raila, they feel maybe there will not be someone, especially from the ODM, to stand firm and look at Ruto in the face and tell him, no, this is wrong. And as Oburu takes over this mantle, he should have the courage of telling William Ruto that what happened was wrong and condemn it, not just saying it, but should mean what he says. I don't know whether he has issued any statement, but we're waiting to see what he's going to say after supporters of his brother, the supporters that now is the one who's going to command. Some of them are now lying in the morgue. So he's being warned about human rights violation. Number two, when the country was mourning and they were so much engrossed about the death of Raila, William Ruto secretly signed 8 bills into law. One of them very controversial to an extent that it allows William Ruto to shut down social media without any court orders. And this is a dangerous sign. And Oburu Odinga, as he takes over, is being told to be wary of William Ruto and his political machinations, because for a president who, before announces the death of Raila Odinga, or after doing it, went back to State House, hurriedly signed some bills into law, knowing very well that no, the country was mourning and they didn't have time to scrutinize all this, it tells us that something is really wrong and that the intentions are not good. And Oburu is told that as he takes over, let him confront William Ruto on such, because when Raila was Raila, see, people are saying when Raila was Raila and when Raila was not Raila. When Raila was Raila, he used to confront, and by this moment, he would have even led some demonstrations to compel William Ruto not to sign those bills into law. But they happened. In fact, the country is now discussing why William Ruto would sign such sensitive and controversial bills into law without any public participation, So it's told that these are writings on the wall. When people are killed in broad daylight, people do not have any weapons. When bills are signed, secretly and very hurriedly, Oburu is told to be very careful. The last one, Oburu is told to be very careful about the government misusing him. How? I still have a feeling that we were very unfair to Raila Odinga, but that will be a story for another day. And Oburu should be very careful because the government is in need of Luo votes. And so they will not give Oburu any time to rest. He will be in places where Ruto will be launching projects. He will be, beside Ruto everywhere. Oburu needs to rest at his age. as he plays this politics, he should not be involved in active politics. He's the senator of Siaya, but he now needs to take a very passive role and allow the younger people to run around, to fly around. He really needs to rest. It is good for his health. But the government will not allow him to show the Luo nation that, Ruto is still with us, Ruto still loves him, Ruto still loves the Luo nation. What William Ruto will do is that they will be everywhere, flying around the country, attending several events, presidential events. Sometimes you will see William Ruto giving him prominence just to capture the attention of the Luos. But that will be for personal gains, because as Ruto does that, he's targeting 2027. Luos will be over the moon with joy, saying, yes, Oburu is now the darling and the apple of an eye to the government. Several things will be done, theatrics here and there. And I'm afraid that at the age of Oburu Dinga, if you subject him so much to vigorous political activities, it might not end well. And so he's told to be very wary. Taking that mantle also comes with responsibilities, and you should be very careful. There comes a time when, at a certain age, people tend to control. And I want to appeal to Oburu Odinga. I know he's a man who's really experienced, but let him be very careful of the kind of the political activities that he will be subjected to. And I don't know what you think. Do you think those reasons are genuine enough? Do you think those who are warning Oburu Odinga are right? Because if you ask me, they are very right, and Oburu must watch his footsteps so that it ends well for him and for the nation.